Havu starting out on that CT side, Ence on the T, and we're about to get underway.
Yeah, pissed around about to start. Havu CT side, that's good for them. We saw that T side was a little bit hectic on Mirage. And still on the offense with their first round, and they're going to start picking up the pace towards outside.
Oh, a little bit of a boost on top of Sampaius' head. Not how they really wanted to get that one to work. And actually, Sampaius is going to be the first casualty of this round. He loses his life as, I believe it was Spargo towards the ramp to pick up that kill. Excuse me, it was X7. Spargo is still close by with the Julies in hand as Ence continue to walk towards Hell, and they're going to try and make their way towards ramp. Valde will find that headshot onto Dota. 2 players towards ramp. Madam now a little bit scared of walking into this angle because he knows a player is close by. 1v4 turned into a 4v2. It's Snappy and Madden finding the kill apiece. Diha with that second last onto X7, and Zen falls as well as Ence do take that T pistol. A little bit of a messy one. They had to slow it down as they wrapped their way around, but eventually they went towards that A site and it was all Ence from there.
Yeah, a nice pistol around there. The wrap towards Hell. They managed to find the kills. Force by coming up for the Havu boys. By the way, do you know when was the last time when actually Ence did participate in an Elisa event? It was the winter 2021, which was ironically it did end in the beginning of 2022 earlier this year. It was in February, and they actually did lose to Heat. It was a 2-0 game, and Heat then ended up losing the finals to 500, which were Skate at the time. So we have a couple teams that actually did play in that tournament. Havu did play in that tournament. They were just eliminated in quarters by Heat again. So both these teams actually did lose to the Frenchmen.
Well, they'll both get a chance to try and right their wrongs against the Frenchmen a little bit later on today. As now, Ence will make their way down towards this B site. As X7 peeks out, Diha loses his life as the 3 players now reside on this B bomb site. Though it was spotted 2 of them, but unable to get any. As now, X7 swings wide, finds the first onto Sampaius. The spray is doing a good chunk of damage to Madden, but somehow he is still standing. 28 HP. It's not a lot, but at least he is still in play. Valde above the top of the site. Difficult angle to clear out from single as X7 will find out. Spargo is going to be dropped now as well. It's a second round on the board for Ence, but they were made work very, very hard for that one indeed.
Yeah, Valde manages to pick up a double kill. 3 for him so far. Dika with 4. The 2-0 lead. Force by gets shut down, and they actually go for it again. Okay, they reload because of the damage. That's ballsy. Not a lot of teams actually do that. The last team I've actually seen do something like that, that was a Fury-esque call. They did it at the major a couple times, but not a lot of teams actually go for something like that, even when they get the kills. Spargo, though, manages to find the opening on the scout. You still have the MP9s and the pistol, so maybe a couple tags from the scout to just try and soften them up. And now Ence have realized that this is another investment coming up from Havu. You could tell that Diha just wanted to wide peek towards outside, thinking there's going to be only pistols on the other side. Surprise, surprise. There was the scout of Spargo, and he's already moved closer towards Hell to support ramp.
Damage initially done as Spargo needs to try and get away to safety. Sampaius going to get tagged and doesn't want to go too much further as they will try and make their way down towards B. There's now 2 players rotated down as Ence will try and make their way out. Zen will find the first with that Mac 10. He is going to get overpowered, and so is Ariel, but not before they come away with 2 kills, and it makes it very doable that both players are extremely low. X7's going to swing wide, and he's going to claim both as Havu do get their hands on their first CT round. Just really all went awry there for Ence, and now their money is in such a weird position. They can maybe bring up an AK or 2 if they want. If Snappy wants to bite the bullet and drop over an AK himself and just play maybe a Deagle with no armor, get Sampaius onto a strong buy, but it looks like it will just be the 1 AK from now, or for now, in the hands of Madden as Ence set their sights on outside.
Yeah, great reset for the economy. Again, lovely job by Spargo, just getting the opening kill, moving around, landing another 2 tags, making it a lot easier for the MP9s and the pistols to farm them. Spargo, oh, that's a really risky move. And Madden's gonna find the first and the second one. Spargo didn't have to do that. Madden's found the third. Somebody stop him.
They're trying to, but they just can't. Eventually, X7 will be able to be the man to claim his life, but Dota walks right through that smoke, and Snappy's going to be ready for it. And this is a wonderful reaction from Ence, right? Just send their solo AK swinging wide, taking fights, taking duels towards outside. He wins every single one, bar one. X7 will find a second kill, but eventually he is going to be taken down. Valde from the heavens drops him, and Ence will save up 3 rifles, one of them being a Galil, but 2 AKs now in the next round for Ence, as they have a big chance to reset the money of Havu in this next round. Surely you go for the force here. Actually, maybe not. Maybe you just do go and eco this one.
Yeah, it's about time you start looking after your economy. Yeah. You want to bring up the AWP as well, but what a round from Madden. I mean, wow. Just swing towards outside, win all the kills. Obviously, that was a really risky move there. As we pointed out, the player just jumping out of mini, trying to get back towards config, and now it's just a couple pistols, so Valde should have no problems clearing that one out. Looking at 4 rounds for the T side straight away, by the way. That's really great for Ence. That's the best start that you can hope for.
Yeah, an absolute dream start really to the T side, which is where Ence usually do struggle with picking up the rounds. It's their CT side that is usually very, very tight-knit and compact and very difficult to break, as we do see now them break the USPs of Havu once again, 4-1, and the buy coming in now here from the Havu side. I seen an AWP being purchased, dropped over to Spargo. Maybe that was pretty much the save that they were going for. Make sure to get the AWP in the hands of him very early on. But no AWP in the hands of Sampayas on the other side. So 5 AKs, maybe something a little bit faster from Ence in a round like this.
Yeah, try and pick up the pace. You know that the utility on the CT side is not going to be great, and they will pick up the pace towards outside. Spargo actually has an AWP, so this is a bit of a risk, but area's already been dealt with, and they've spotted the second player up close. Spargo with the AWP manages the no-scope on the first one, and Zen picks up a double in the meantime. Snappy still manages to find one in recovery. Same for Sampayas, and just like that, it's X7, a 1 versus 2 clutch with the M4, and they seem to have an idea on where he is.
Snappy's picked up the bomb and got out of there as well, so X7 thinking maybe, just maybe, I've caught a timing, but now realising that he's missed it completely. He's just going to walk slowly in towards the garage. Doesn't have a kit, does not have any utility to get going either. He's picked up a smoke, but still doesn't really have the time to muck about here. He is going to swing wide, takes down Snappy, completely unaware, and overlooks Sampayas' position. He is going to take him down, executes him in the back, and Ence now have a 5-1 lead. Havu, they have to eco once again. Ence are in dreamland at the start of this nuke.
Yeah, that was a great way to approach the 2 versus 1 there in the end, right? No one's going to be checking towards the vent after getting the first kill. It was just a good bait from Ence. A nice recovery there. A massive multi-kill from Snappy, who's been putting on some numbers recently as well, right? I mean, especially for an IGL that really wasn't famous with bringing up a lot of firepower when he joined in that team. He's been doing a good job. Some outside aggression, though, from Havu. Trying to switch it up on the half buy.
I mean, you have to try and cast the T's off guard a little bit here, right? I mean, you're looking at this. You're already 5-1 down. This one should be a 6th. No matter what we do see and Havu, they've only come away with 1 kill. Might come away with a little bit more. We know how good X7 can be, especially on this Deagle. But this, for him, even, still might be too tall an order. And he is going to catch a nice timing onto Madden. He's off the mark with that first Deagle shot, and that does cost him his life this time. 6-1, another buy round coming in. And Havu, they do call their first tactical timeout. Now, a very much needed one right now. I mean, we're looking at this. It's 6-1 down. You're on the CT side. This is where you're meant to be, you know, getting comfortable, getting a few rounds, you know, to start things off. Especially, you know, even if you lose the pistol, friends, you should be picking up at least, you know, a few of them, and they haven't been able to have very much success at all. So if things continue to go Ence's way, this could be a very, very fast first map for the Ence boys.
Yeah, it's been a show-stopping performance so far from Ence. You know, just picking up the pace. A lot of these rounds have been actually quite quick. Every single time that Havu are trying to pick up the pace in a way and, you know, get aggressive, go into a faster exchange, it feels like Ence are quite comfortable with it. Just play along, beat them in their own game, and so far you've beaten them in their own game. You're 6-1 up on the T side of Nuke. What better start? Dika gonna be sent on to a solo mission towards outside, lurking around the smokes, and his entire team is lining up for a bit of an A play, or maybe a ramp one as well. They still have a lot of options, and the smokes are gonna delay them for a little bit longer. That Dika play towards outside, this is something that Havu need to be really careful about throughout this entire half. It's one of his special moves.
Oh no, you cheeky boy.
Oh.
Madden on the other side of it deals with him. Snappy finds the headshot onto Ariel, and now Spargo is going to be left stranded on a desert island towards the back of the site. And he is definitely without a paddle here, without any teammates. He is going to be taken down. The HE confirms it. He manages to pick up one kill, but it's not going to be enough to change the dynamic of this round at all. X7 has to try and get out of here safely for the save with this AWP. Would be a massive gun to bring into the next round. And it would be the only one of its kind on the side of Havu at all. 7-1 Ence again win around without any real issue. And looking on the side of Havu, we've got two players that haven't picked up a kill yet.
Yeah, and that was a double AWP investment as well coming in from the fence, so that one's gonna hurt even more. It was a pretty standard round from Ence though, right? I mean, you just wait out the CT side utility, and as soon as Havu use all their smokes and Ence haven't really done anything, they just start feeling a little bit claustrophobic. They feel like they need to make the first move and find something, because they had no presence towards outside, they had no aggression towards ramp, they just had everything locked in. But as soon as you're out of utility, to just be playing the 5 versus 5 with no info feels really uncomfortable. So you saw that little aggressive play towards Squeaky Door, and that just triggered the entire play. And get the first 2 kills towards the inner bomb side, and that means that Dika can activate towards outside as well and get another. Just like that, the round was over.
Ence looking to bulldoze their way to an 8 round if they can, and they think it is towards ramp that they will have their success. Now, it is going to be X7 not really too interested in staying and fighting. Instead, he breaks the glass and repositions to the back of the site, hoping that he will catch at least a few people making their way down by surprise. But Ence are happy enough to just fall away and make their way back. You can see Zen, he's pushed all the way through outside, he's cleared all of that, and he could catch a wonderful timing here if Ence are not quick about this one. They're going to be completely unaware. Sampias was checking it periodically, but Dia turns around. Zen, he's in a really good spot.
No,
but he's made a step.
They've heard him.
But he's dropped the bomb. That's absolutely massive. Sampias needed to find that kill, and does. Snappy gets only one, but it's the SMGs ripping apart the AKs right now, as it's down to just a 1 versus 2, and it's Madden alone. Gets it into a 1v1. X7 now comes up the vent, and Madden has seen him. Now,
yeah, he knows exactly what's going on.
Oh, this is difficult now for X7, but he does have a lot of time to reposition here, and he knows where the bomb is.
Oh, and he seems to have an idea exactly where Madden is going to come from, but he's failed to recover a rifle. He's got only the Deagle. He needs the 1 Deagle, and he's been spotted. X7, he's been tagged down solo. Madden, he can just pick up the bomb. HE there should be good for the kill, and indeed it will be. Madden with another crucial kill there. Picks up the 8th round. That was too close for a comfort there for a second, though. I mean, that lurk with the pistol. It's a shame that it gets only 1 kill because it was such a massive play with so much potential. But they still managed to kind of capitalize on the kills that it does create there, and managed to get a couple kills. But Ence, once again, they do recover, and those are the rounds that could actually help out to Havu to bounce back into the half, right? If you convert a couple half buys like that, a couple lower pisky discombobulated rounds when ends are a bit chaotic, this would be a massive helping hand. But losing even those just makes it even harsher.
Yeah, just to think, like, Zane could have had everything and more there, right? I mean, he
At least 2.
Yeah, he just panicked himself
Yeah.
a little bit by step, and he put himself into that situation where, you know, he has to kind of,
Yeah.
you know, he's forced to make a play. He's forced to take the fight maybe quicker than he wanted to.
It's just the mind process. He just feels like there's so much weight on him to make a play, and he's afraid that he's gonna miss them. So he's like, oh yeah, I gotta go. I gotta find a kill.
Well, find a kill towards outside is exactly what Diha is going to be able to do for his side. An advantage falls to Ence once again. As now the flashes do go in, and they're going to try and take control of Garage. Madden will do exactly that. There's a double push coming in towards ramp. X7 is leading the charge here. Valdi alone for the minute, as the reaction from Havu is going to go and take a little bit of lobby control, and that's exactly what they've done. They've cleared that out with that first kill, but decide not to stay and hold it. They are going to double back and make their way back to make sure that they have a few more bases covered here at least. One down on B. Doto alone on the site for the minute, but he actually has a player in the rafters. Ariel frantically watching towards the heaven, and he's going to be able to find the first. Doto drops the bomb, look for a little bit more. Ariel's found 2, and that's the round done and dusted. Really good hold and really good mid-round call there from Havu after going a man down, as they did not look threatened at all. And maybe this is a changing of the tide, or a turning of the tide in this game.
Yeah, it was good because it felt like they realized what kind of space they're giving to Ence and what kind of timings are possible on that T side for the play. So both of them were just really good with, you know, communicating what's going on. And the moment that both just win their first fights, is just round over, and it's about how many kills can Ence get before they lose the round in a way. But they didn't really get another one after the opening. But now they're going to switch up the pace a little bit, try and attack that A bomb side, something that you haven't really attempted so far, and it's been working out.
The swing through the main smoke. Zen only comes away with 1, and it's down to a 3 versus 2. Spargo burning in that Molotov. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome in that one. He'll burn to a crisp. Oh, that's a massive monster HE on top of him, down to just 9 HP. And himself and X7. Have they seen enough? And the answer is yes. A difficult bomb site to retake at the best of times, and Havu do not want to chance it at all. Not on a combined total of 82 HP. They'll back away. They'll save once again, but sometimes you kind of have to take risks. Maybe in the next few rounds we are going to see them take a risk like this in a, you know, an unfavorable situation, because you're looking at the scoreline. You're 9-2 down. You know, it's,
and that's defense. That's defense. That's
exactly.
the side on Nuke. But it's, yeah, going for a retake like that, low HP AWP, 2 versus 3 man down, even though Snappy's low as well, you're never going to be winning around like that. And you at least want to make sure that you have another buy. I like the switch of pace, by the way. That was the first time that we've actually seen, because we said that the T side has been quite dynamic from Ence, but it's always had some kind of preparation to it, right? It's been more like a calm and then an explosive play. This time around, it was just straight out of Carrigan's strat book, right? They just run out the A bomb side and absolutely annihilated them. And yeah, going back through us real quick, but back into the server we go again. 9-2 Ence, looking to get the most convincing victory so far of the day here in Group A. Well, it's not going to be a tall order, considering that both the first and the second game, well, the first games on the A and B stream ended 16-13.
Yeah, 2 very close games to start us off, and this has been anything but close right now. I mean, this is a very tough day for Havu right now, especially, you know, considering if they lose this, they're 0-2. They're rock bottom of this Group A, and well, they still have a chance to maybe turn this one and bring it back. Zen close towards double, look for the headshot onto Dia, and he is going to be able to find it, opens the door and might actually bait a player in. This is a nice position from Zen to take. They don't realize that he's made his way back, and Zen is going to be able to find that kill onto Madden, no issue whatsoever. Sampaius is snapping towards single, and Sampaius is going to peek out and try and get that bomb down in that smoke. He is going to be able to do so, but Zen finds the double. A clean round from Havu as they do pick up their third.
Yeah, big round from Zen as well. You know, a person that we spoke about, he picks up the 4K. He is the guy that dropped 29 and 18 last time around when those two met on Nuke. They were able to win the game. Now, when you look at how things have been going so far on the T side here for Ence, you can't really compare the two games because the previous time Ence did start on the defense and it was a 9-6 and then ended up being just a 10-4 half for Havu on the CT side, and they closed it out 16-13. And it was actually on the CT side where X7 was the hero. Zen was the hero on the T. X7 did end on 16-6 on the CT side in the previous game, but so far it's been a little bit tougher. Zen once again finds a kill. Madden with the refrag though is going to open up a lot of space and actually take a lot of space down secret, and Vald has already started making his way up heaven.
Yeah, Valda could be a big problem here.
Spargo doesn't realize it.
Yeah, they have no idea. Absolutely no idea. X7 finds that kill. Aerial completely blindsided, and actually the second player, I think he was spotted towards Hut. They might have just seen it. And Dia is now going to walk in to this empty bomb site right now. Just needs to molly towards the Hut before he gets that plant down. He is going to do exactly that as Valid still in position to deal with the players on the retake, but peeking behind that Molotov. Doto nearly comes away with the kill, doesn't manage to do so. So they have eyes on one. It's just the second two that they are not too sure about. Doto is still making a lot of noise, trying to cause the distraction here. Havu, there's going to be no saving here in this one. They're going to have to go for this, but they're just trying to bait and buy their time. Flash goes out. X7 is clearing out these close angles, looking underneath, looking for Valde. He is going to find him, but now Dia is going to try and hold strong. Madden with another headshot and Dia with the last. Ence, they do manage to hold on to that post-plant scenario. Was looking a little bit difficult in at certain points in it, but they're able to get it done. 10-3 now. Ence do have double figures in this first half, and Havu now will have to scrape up whatever they can muster on this buy. I think they should have enough to bring out rifles on every single player, and they even have enough for an AWP as well.
Yeah, that was a good decision from Valde to actually drop down on the bomb side so he can play along his teammates, and they're gonna go for the A-pop once again. Just running out the A-bomb side. Dodo's completely unaware. He's been taken down. Aerial just good for one. That's another round. Surely, that one's over. You save. That was a 25-second round of CS.
Yeah, you're completely locked out, right? But it's kind of a stage where, you know, you kind of have to risk it and go for this. So I can understand if Havu really do want to go for this, and Zen is just going to swing right on through. He's passed absolutely everybody. Nobody has noticed that he has got through and slipped the net here. Dia is going to be caught by surprise, but Madden trades it right back. X7, the only player left towards the heaven. He is sent straight back to CT spawn with his teammates. 11-3. And now reset the money of Havu. They'll buy up what they can. It's not going to be a lot, but they have to hope really for a miracle. Another 11-4 half on the cards would still be not great for Havu, and could take the 12-3. And I mean, have a look at Madden. He's had a spectacular performance so far. 19-6, 132 ADR.
Yeah, and Ence just look so dangerous. They're one of the best teams in terms of converting, by the way, after getting the first kill on Nuke. They've won 72.5% of the rounds in which they've gotten the opening, which is horrendously high. You know, that's a great conversion rate. But so far, it's just been them running over Havu, really. All those explosive ideas, all the rounds. Even the ones that, you know, have been going through some equal exchanges, and we've had some big plays from Havu individuals. Even those rounds have been fairly close. We're looking at a prospect of a 12-3 half on the T side of Nuke. Ence looking to make a statement about the entire tournament here from their first game. We know that Havu are really good in comebacks, but this would require something spectacular, surely.
I mean, we already seen it today. We already seen how close they can draw a game even when it's not favored to them. Now, close in the smoke, though, does find the bomb. Refragged by Diha. Spargo is going to be spotted towards the heavens. Yes, he is. Manages to land the tag onto Sampaius, which does threaten the round a little bit here for Ence. They need to be a little bit careful about how they approach this one. Sampaius, big headshot, but Spargo refragged it with that scout in a good position. Doesn't realise Madden's creeped out towards the door. Aerial on top hook, though a refrag once again into a 2v2. X7, he's got himself into a really strong spot though as well. The bomb is still down. Valde needs to make a move, and do they realise X7 is towards garage? Not too sure. Eventually they will, especially with X7 finding that kill. Valde now making a lot of noise. Headshot landed. Oh, aerial top of silo. Did he give away his position? I'm not too sure. Difficult to tell without saying. Taps the bomb, and that's it, done.
Yeah, no time. He's just hiding. He just has to stay alive. Valde didn't have the time. Still, though, Havu's D-side might have something to surprise us with. I mean, Zen's been having a good game. Again, we spoke about him individually. Nuke's his favorite map. X7 as well has been delivering some numbers, but the rest of the crew not really being too notable in the server.
Yeah, nothing really to write home about at all for the Havu boys, but hoping for something in the pistol to change the dynamic of this one. But Sampaius will find that first, and it's a ram stack from the CT side that puts a stop to the initial push. And well, Havu, they're going to be forced back and forced to make their way out onto this A site, which they have done so. They found a few kills, and they've put the fear into Ence right now, and they begin to put bullets into them more and more. Snappy only comes away with one kill, and it's going to be the only kill that they find towards that A site. Havu do take the T pistol, and they at least give themselves a chance.
Yeah, that was a good reaction, especially after you just walk into the flash nade combo of Madden towards ramp. You lose 2 players there. You still were able to find 1 kill, fair enough. So after that, it just felt like Ence were just going for the fights, just hoping that they run them down. But no, every single kill just went in favor of the Finnish boys. They get the pistol at least. Still got to do with the force buy. Sampaius is going to be on the scout. Upgraded pistols for the rest. Found it. Still rocking the CZ. Respect. It's the French roots that makes great.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of that.
Yeah, I know you're not the biggest fan of it, but from a cultural point of view, French CS, the CZ Go, you can't overlook that and pretend you didn't like it. Everyone did.
Well, it's a good start to this round here from Ence. We won't overlook that one at all. Sampaius looking to try and find a second. Needs to be careful. There's players close by. Headshot onto the first, though, is going to be more than enough. The refrag comes in, but Sampaius has already done the damage. Now, Doto needs to be a little bit careful. He has a teammate close by, but there's a lot of pistols waiting for them on the other side of A if they make their way out. The bomb drop towards the ramp, as they need to go back and pick that one up. And the defenses of Ence right now are currently split. Doto is going to be sent in maybe for a little bit of information. Diha holding with the Diga close by. He's going to try and swing out to take down Doto, unable to find him. And now Valde, he's taking a lot of damage next towards A. Snappy in towards the glass, looking to find a Deagle headshot, but it's not going to happen. Ariel takes him down, but the tags onto these players might just be more than enough. But just as I say that, the Galils will reign supreme, and Havu do have their second T round.
Yeah, the kill on Diha there was absolutely huge, right? This is the bait that you see in most of the time on the highlights that you're going to watch on YouTube. The player that's playing up close is going to drop the first rifle that's spamming towards, you know, either back default or double door or squeaking. He's going to pick up the rifle and get a second kill. This is how ideally Diha wants this one to go, but yeah, it was just a good reaction. Just dropping him. Havu once again being able to get the better out of the first couple rounds of the half. Making sure to keep it competitive. This is something I like about Havu, by the way. It feels like even though they've been put, you know, in really tough scenarios 2 maps in a row now, they just refuse to give it up and let themselves be dominated throughout the entire map. Even if it's for a short period of time, they still have their rounds and, you know, their moment of domination in a way.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too carried away. I would agree with you, right? I would agree with you, especially after we've seen the comeback against Gamer Legion.
Oh no,
But
this one is too early. I don't
want to
believe.
see a gun round.
Yeah, I don't think that this one is gonna go as close because still, obviously, they're T side. We haven't seen buy for Ence, but it's just commendable the fact that they're not letting themselves be get 16-4'd or 16-3'd or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though for in both games we've had moments when we were thinking, okay, surely this one could be quite demoralizing, but no, they've been able to at least make it respectful.
Dia trying to make this round a little bit more respectful on the Ence side of things, but only 1 kill as Doto survives with 17 HP. 11-7 now. Havu 4 rounds behind Ence, but the gun round now in for the CTs. And we've got some Pius on an AWP, Spargo on a Galil. So some Pius won't be directly tested by a scoped rifle, which is always a good thing for your CT operator, maybe not for the T side, as Dia tries to get up on top of Garage there. The flashes don't let him. Oh, big gap in that smoke, because he might try and use that to his advantage, but was a little bit scared of somebody coming over top main there, so decides against it. It's still a fast play down secret here. Dodo has made sure that there's absolutely no rotations down past any of the doors or down the vent or anything like that. Snappy is down on B, but he is going to be swung on. They line up, and actually Spargo takes his teammate with him, as it's a 1-for-1 trade. Spargo on 9 HP, but Havu, they have control of that B site.
Yeah, bomb is going to go down. That's going to be a really tough retake for Ence if they even want to go for it. But surely they do. It's a 4 versus 4. They have the information that there's one more player that's low on HP. Spargo trying to play the headshot angle for that purpose. D is just going to wait out for his teammates. But they still have Valde, who hasn't really moved from the up of A bomb. So I don't think they go for it. Yeah, they're going to save. They were waiting for Valde to maybe get a kill there, and maybe try and catch a player that's going to cut off the rotations on the CTs potentially, but nothing like that happened. Havu didn't give them anything. Ence are just saving. That's a 4 versus 4 round that's going to end in favor of Havu.
Yeah, no chances really given at all there to Ence to get back into that one. So they say, all right, we're happy enough with saving, especially the AWP being one of those weapons. That's just brought forward into the next round, 11-8. As money begins to build up on the Havu side, and well, we'll have a little bit more time to think about it, as Ence now will have a little bit of a discussion about how they want to play out this gun round. Their first tactical timeout called. Beginning to feel the pressure maybe a little bit, realizing that, all right, it was in a really good position. We had a really strong T side, but now Havu, they are showing that resilience that we did see in that first game. Maybe, just maybe, we need to be a little bit careful about this.
At this point, I'm just living for the moment when Havu would start a game well, and I really want to see what happens there, because so far they've been just on to really scrappy starts on both their games, and they've been able to bounce back. Because 8-11, this is a fair matchup now, even though Ence might start winning rounds again, build up that momentum, get away with a fairly comfortable victory still. It's it's good to see that Havu are able to fight back, but another round on the board. Aerial can start picking up the pace towards outside D his position. Uncounted for. He gets spotted. Naded down. Nade back. Gonna do a lot of damage. Opening kill still goes in favor of the Ence boys, and Madden's already rotated down secret.
Oh, but he is going to be found out. Too many targets on a screen at once, and he does just get overwhelmed. Snappy thinking about going towards the glass, but decides to stay on the site, and it was the right call. He's able to find that kill. Doesn't realize that his player got out past him, but it doesn't matter. He is going to be able to adjust. He is going to be able to find that second, and Ence to get their first CT round on the board. Took a little while, but they managed to get it done there now. So 4 rounds, the difference between the two, as the buy will come in once again. We'll see. Does Spargo want to bring out an op, and he decides against it. He didn't really have the funds there, so maybe deciding that he wants to play the AK instead. Sampaius goes towards secret with that AWP, and maybe the right call, because Havu have really been favoring, you know, a lot of outside presence, and especially trying to get down towards Secret. This looks a little bit, to me, more like something towards A. Maybe even an A split as they try and walk their way in. And A is kind of weak right now.
Yeah, it is. Vaud and Madden are all alone, and both of them are just gonna fall down. That's the round done. You can't really go for anything right now. You have the AWP locked down towards the B-bomb side. You have one player towards Heaven that didn't really want to go for the fight, and now you've lost Diha as well. So yeah, Havu, they completely outmaneuver Ence here, which is good to see, right? And that's a part of, you know, even though they weren't really successful in the previous round, one thing that worked out for them was crossing down Secret on the back of the smokes. So once you actually make Ence, you know, start being a little bit afraid that you're gonna try and implement that into your game style and potentially send a lot of people down Secret in most of the rounds, you're gonna make sure that there's gonna be at least one player rotating down to kind of try and deny that. And Pius doesn't actually manage to hold on to the AWP. They're gonna hunt him down, even though Zen is gonna die to the bomb. This is massive. No big green. Well, no big green saved up. They can still rebuy it if Snappy wants to drop one over. But in the end of the day, it's just a good round for Havu. You know, they kind of make Ence try and adapt to what's going on. It's just great conditioning. And then you switch it up completely. You throw the exact same smokes, but you just walk through them into the A-bomb side, and you could see how Ence were just expecting the B play once again.
Oh, it's a fast play here from Havu. They're going to try and get out and down the vent, and well, Ence can't really stop them at all. Madden eventually finds the first kill. The next 7 will go down. Doto with a fantastic peek there onto Snappy, who tried to stop them making their way out double. They will plant the bomb, but it's a 4v2, and this is one that definitely Ence are going to go for. Doto and Spargo, they are going to have to hold very, very strong indeed, as Havu continue to make their way down towards this B side. 3 players coming from Secret. Spargo nearly finds both of them, but Senpai is able to get that refrag, and it's down to just Doto, who resides alone here towards Dark. Senpai now tries to make his way out. Doto is going to try and play around this smoke here, walking around the site. He is going to get overwhelmed and overpowered. It was Madden, I believe, from the ramp to find that kill. The defuse should come in, and this is a 13-9 scoreline now. Ence, although these rounds are pretty close and Havu are managing to catch Ence by surprise in a few of them, Ence somehow are coming out on top, 3 away from taking the victory here.
Yeah, that was a good round. You know, they pretty much cut off the heads of the beast before going for the retake. You know that the bomb and another player have crossed down the B-bomb side, but then you realize that this is not going to be all to it. There's not going to be 5 players just dropping down the vent, so you kind of focused on, you know, cutting off every single plan that Havu had for that post plan that didn't include the B-bomb side specifically. You know, getting all the kills on the players that were supposed to stay there and maybe take down Ence as they were rotating down. A pretty advantageous retake in the end, but Zen is going to take down some payers. He's been trying to move around with the AWP, unsuccessful so far though, for the most part of it. Diha with another refrag, and once again, they're just going to drop down the vent. No one was taking that into account. Madden, he's heard it, and does he actually just drop down after them?
Oh, this is such a risk, but I absolutely love it. Oh, no.
Yeah, they're going to have no clue.
Well, he's cleared out singles, so they know, all right, they have to be towards double. You can just look towards there, and Snappy and Dia are going to be able to find 1 kill each. And it's down to Ariel and Doto. They haven't found out the bomb just yet. Ariel strikes from door, and now Havu, they're just going to run out towards A. Everybody from Ence is down on B, so the bomb will at least be planted here. Madden trying to get up the vent. If he goes down, that's real problems now for Ence. It's down to just 2, Dia and Snappy, with no util, but at least both of them do have kits. Need to find both players. The low HP of Ariel, the swing comes out, and well, Ariel is going to go down. No idea though that Doto is going to be walking around towards Heaven. Dia not ready for this at all. If he sticks it, though, he might just win the round, but taps it here, sees absolutely nothing, and he's being outsmarted massively here from Doto, who surely executes him very shortly, but Dia decides to get away. Doto does not peek. It's a 10th round for Havu, and it's expertly played in that man disadvantage situation.
Oh, Diha's actually barely gonna survive this one as well. That's a great round for Havu again. Doto, I like the decisiveness. In the moment that they get the bomb plant, by the way, straight away he starts running towards ramp. He knew exactly what he wanted to do with that post plant. He knew exactly how he wanted to approach it. And Madden going down there from the vent, I know that he's trying to get some information, right? He's trying to be a nuisance. Most of the times, or well, a lot of the times, you're going to see the D's overlooking the vent simply because they wouldn't believe that the CT would try and jump out, right? But if you go down there, this becomes such a one-dimensional retake from your teammates, and you're the guy that can go out when everything's going into chaos, and you know your opponents are really discombobulated and cause even more of it. But that kill was enough to seal the deal. Havu getting another round, but Sampaio is finally gonna be rewarded on his early aggressive endeavors towards outside. Oh, sees the gun barrel. He knows that he's got a person locked in, and that's the bomb, by the way.
It's going to be a big kill to find when Ariel eventually peeks out, but Sampaio decides to get off the angle here and play this one a little bit safer, realizing that somebody could be walking on him, but eventually he's going to just post up still. He's going to be able to find that kill. Now he knows that that's where the bomb has been found. Madden close towards the door. If Doto swings out, that MD1 could chew him up. Player down B is going to be Zen. He's waiting for a rotation to walk into him, but Havu have to go back and try and get the bomb here. So this is still a very, very difficult round. It's a save.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's at this point you just need to concede. You have no money in the bank. If you just run, you're probably going to get farmed. And even though Zen's got such a nice position, they had no reason to rotate down the B bomb site, right? They have everything. They have A covered up, they have lobby control, and they have dropped the bomb towards outside. So Zen's position, not that it's his fault, it's not, but it is a little bit useless. So he can't really do anything down there. You can see him. He's a little bit disappointed. Same for, Dodo and X7. They just need to concede. And that was just really unfortunate there for Havu. Sampaio spotting the player, spotting the gun barrel, dropping the bomb. It's just round over. You don't really get to do whatever you wanted to. And I assumed that was going to be a really good fake there, a really good split towards one of the bomb sides, because you could see that they still had two people towards lobby and they had the player already down the B bomb side. So maybe trying to go for a late A split with, Zen maybe getting some kills and causing some havoc down towards B. I wouldn't imagine that you'd hope that Ariel is going to be able to just cross with the bomb all alone without a smoke down secret that late into the round. But unfortunately for them, it doesn't really get to, well, at least they don't get to show us what they wanted to do in that round. And that's another one on the board for Ence. And that's what we spoke about, right? I mean, it's going to be a lot harder to pull off a comeback like that against Ence, especially when you're on the T side of Nuke. That's going to make it even tougher. And I believe we have a bit of a tactical timeout going on right now. And well aware that winning one round here is going to put a massive setback into the economy of Havu, and it might as well win them the game. Whereas for Havu, well, they're pretty much aware of the same thing. One lost round is going to put them outside of contention here.
Oh, DM might have just been spotted there towards Secret by player towards Silo. Oh, Sampaio on scopes at the wrong time. Valda and Madden now are going to be able to pick up the first two kills as they try and run through main and make their way onto this A site. Sampaio with that AWP finds one kill as Madden does get overwhelmed, and the two T's are trapped on this A site right now, and Valda takes down both. It's 15-10. It's a map point for Ence. And there is absolutely no money for Havu once again. Even the bomb plant wouldn't have been good enough. They needed the victory in that round, and Ence have just looked too strong, especially in that first half, and it comes back to something that you were saying. I would like to see Havu actually start well in one of these games, because, if they just didn't give away so many rounds in the beginning, it could have been a different story. It really could have been. Like, they are bringing these games quite close, all things considered, and they might bring it a little bit closer before it is out. X7 down towards B, but that is the fake as they try and pop out towards this A site. There's going to be nobody here right now, but Sampaio from the heaven finds the first kill. The Tech-9s though overpower two players, and now there is at least a chance.
Yeah, bomb gonna go down. They have only one rifle recovered, but it's still a man advantage, and every single CT is gonna come in from the same position. And again, they have the wrap towards hell, but this time it's Spargo.
Yeah, Zen's making his way up secret though, so before they even get going, Zen can take down the mall, and that's exactly what happens. He points to Diha now left, and they know exactly where he's coming from. It's a 1 versus 3, and yes, he can try and take a weapon away or two, but there's no chance he wins this round now. He has to back away to safety, but there is absolutely no safety in hell as Spargo finds him with that P250. It's an 11th round for Havu, and maybe, just maybe, we're not done on Nuke just yet.
Yeah, that was a great fake, because you realize that Ence know that you have no money, so they would be leaning to believe that you would go for such kind of a desperate play, you know, just drop down B, try and get the bomb plant, and maybe make it awkward later on. But the idea from Havu was just drop down that one player. He can deploy the smoke. You did go for a similar round a couple rounds ago, so it's not like Ence don't have a reason to believe that this is legit and this is your main task. And you know, as soon as they free the A-bomb site completely, you just explode and get the kills with the pistols. Great stuff. And even then, even after you got yourself into a comfortable post plant, you still had, you know, Spargo lurking towards ramp and How, and as you mentioned, Zen, the person that originally dropped down B, just lurk around towards secret with the AK-47, picking up the kills. 15-11, 4 away from taking us to overtime. Ence though have another buy coming up. Well, I say another buy. It's going to be a little bit weaker for Madden. He's only on a 5-7. Utility's looking good though.
Dia loves this position, and he's been quite good in it so far. Looking for the second, nearly runs out of bullets. The last one will do it. And that HE needed to find that trade when it did. Zen at least keeps this one somewhat competitive, but Sampaius towards the red box, and Zen with that AWP still was absolutely no match for the Ence Hopper. Snappy spots a few players out towards the ramp as he drops on down. Still wants to stay and fight though. You can see Sampaius holding a pixel angle once again, looking for his second. The flash is going to pop right in his face though, and he is going to be forced back. Madden dropped by Aerial, and now it's a 2 versus 3. Ence need to be careful that they do not lose their grip on this one, as the bomb needs to go back, or rather needs to be recovered as Aerial does make his way back. X7 being left, sitting towards the ramp. Sampaius can catch the bomb here and the round.
Yeah, they can just stay. They can just hold. Ooh. Timing, though, it's really uncomfortable for Sampaius. He feels like they can come in from everywhere, and he would be right to assume so. Aerial, if he starts moving now, he's going to get a free kill.
Sampaius dead, but is Valde going to go unchecked here? That's the main question. X7 is going to peek out. The jiggle is going to be enough to spot him, and X7 does find it. Snappy now in a 1 versus 2 as he makes his way up the ramp and walks his way maybe towards lobby, but this could be a save from Snappy here. I don't know if he wants to really test these two Havu men, as it could be disastrous for his team's money. But he is going to walk towards the site and at least look for a kill. But nothing gonna show itself at all to him. He's hoping for a little bit of good fortune that somebody might be holding for him, and then he can go into a 1v1 fight with pretty high HP, but it's not going to happen at all. It's 15-12, and that is a massive recovery from Havu there.
That's a 2 versus 4 that they win. This is absolutely crazy. And for a second there, I was about to commend Ence on not giving them any peeks. I'm not sure what happened. I think Madden actually pushed into the lobby and tried to backstab them towards ramp, but they were holding for it. They get the kill onto Madden, and from that point on, it was again the timing towards outside, Sampaius just walking off the angle, Valde then being into a really awkward fight as soon as the nice jiggle comes in from heaven, because he gets spotted. And as soon as you get spotted towards the CT vent, you're pretty much dead, especially when there is a player towards heaven and one towards the back of main. 1 kill would have been good for Valde, but doesn't really work out. 15-12, we're 3 away. Jack, overtime, knocks on the door. Hero rifle here for Snappy, saved it up from the previous round. Only pistols for the rest. No way.
Surely not. Surely not. Oh, no. He breathes a bit of life back into the round, but Aerial falls. Snappy with the double from heaven. How has that one gone awry? How has that one gone astray? And that is such a tough one to lose it on for Havu, right? I mean,